Hi everyone, it's Paula Peralta, Artistic Director for John Paul Mitchell Systems, and this is Specialist Spotlight. Today you're gonna see Janari's transformation all the way from hair color done by the incredibly talented Jose Avila through her silk press and into a curly ponytail installation. So grab your notebook and get ready to enjoy this episode of Specialist Spotlight. So now that we have Janari's hair completely smoothed out, we're gonna begin the process of building the ponytail. Now, traditionally what you'll see a lot of people do is grab all of the hair and spend a ton of time brushing, but we're not gonna do that because we like to make life easy. So what I'm gonna do is actually drop out probably about 2 inches back on her hairline, and I'm gonna start the process of building the ponytail from the center and then work outside to that hairline. So as I begin this process of building, just to make sure everything's super sleek and flat, what I'm going to do is first take a light mist of my fast drying sculpting spray, and then I'm going to use the tighter teeth of my comb to polish and press that hair into place. So as you can see, using that fast drying sculpting spray, it automatically starts to seal the hair. I'm going to see a ton of shine and, more importantly, maximum hold. So I'm gonna take a little bit more hair, comb the hair into place. I'm gonna use a light mist of the fast drying sculpting spray again. Use the tight tension teeth of my comb, pull that into place, and then I'm gonna continue that all the way around the head shape. And once we get all the way around, I'm gonna show you how to secure the ponytail. If you're looking for an added measure of security, what you can do is take the fast drying sculpting spray, comb the hair with the tight teeth of your comb for tension, and then use your blow dryer. I'm using the Neuro Dry Plus with my concentrator attachment, and just do low airflow and just lightly blow dry in the direction of your ponytail to seal in that fast drying sculpting spray. It's that extra added insurance that will make sure that your ponytail doesn't go anywhere for the life of the style. So now that I have that hair combed into place, I've clipped away the second part of the ponytail. I'm now going to secure. I have 2 interlocked elastics and a bobby pin on either side. I love this technique because it allows me to keep my hand in one place, which means that I'm not gonna have any baggy ponytails. They're gonna be tight and secure and sleek to the head. So I put the one bobby pin in and I continue to wrap around the head. So it's gonna be nice and tight. And then what I wanna do is I wanna make sure that inside this ponytail, the bobby pins intersect with each other. So basically what happens is the first bobby pin goes in this way and the next one comes in over the top just like that. So it forms an X directly against the head and it keeps it nice and secure. Now that I've done that, I can start adding in the rest of the hair. So you can see how even with her smaller strands of hair, I had to really work to make sure that it's nice and polished and all coming together. And so that's the value of building the ponytail versus trying to grab all of the hair, is that now, as I come through, I can start to do the same thing, build this, brush this hair into place, and marry it to that previous section. So in order to get her baby hairs, I'm gonna take that comb, and then I'll take a little fast drying sculpting spray, comb it again. And I'm going to use my blow dryer, my Neuro Dry Plus with the nozzle attachment, low airflow, and I'm gonna run that right along her hairline to get those baby hairs in place. And I can do that as many times as I need to make sure that I've got a really secure hold. So again, just brushing this into place, using a light mist of my extra body finishing spray, combing again to make sure that all of the sections are married together. And if I want that extra bit of insurance and just to be a little more efficient, I'll use my dryer to dry that product into the hair. So I'll continue that along and then secure everything into the base of the hair once again. So So when I get to the front hairline, this is where I really want to make sure that all of the hair is flowing together. Because Janari has these shorter pieces, I'm really going to rely on my styling products in order to make sure that I get the hair completely set and married together. So that's where my extra body finishing spray becomes really, really important. So again, I can mold the hair as I'm building the ponytail. So I'm going to continue to do that all the way around the hairline, doing the same thing, using the tighter teeth of my comb, a mist of my extra body finishing spray, again the tighter teeth of my comb to marry this all together. And then I will use my blow dryer to seal and dry that product down. The reason I actually like this technique is because it puts less pressure on the edges of the hair, which have a tendency to be really fragile, coming downward versus like really pulling and sealing it down sealing it in an upward motion is more tension. Again, it's okay to do it once in a while, but just being mindful of longevity is important. Now, this is a style that is going to last her, which is really great. So if you say it was just for, you know, a shoot or maybe just one night, you wouldn't have to be quite so aggressive unless they were going to a dance party, in which case you'd want to take all these steps. But really, this is the purpose of setting it up this way, is for longevity. So if your guest is only wanting to wear this look for, you know, a day, like I said, you may not need to go through all these steps, but if they're going wild, if they're going out, you're gonna want to take all the steps. Okay, so now that we have her ponytail in place, we're gonna add a braid to extend the length of her ponytail. So I'm gonna take this braiding hair and split it in two. My first section is just gonna go right on top here, and I'm gonna separate this into, I'm gonna separate her natural hair into 3 sections. And we're gonna start this process of braiding in. So I'm gonna do 1 rotation and then add in the next bit of hair to make sure that I have 3 strands. If you'd like to see more about adding in hair, check out some of Nike's braiding videos that we have here at Specialist Spotlight, where she does some box braids, some feed-in braids, there's a lot there. So for here, all I'm doing is creating a braid that gives me length, and that length will then be what I sew the weft hair on to create a beautiful, full curly ponytail. So I wanna make sure it's pretty tight and clean, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the most perfect ponytail you've ever seen in your life. But we like to definitely keep it clean. So the longer my ponytail, the longer the actual braid will be. I'm gonna braid down a little further so we've got a good amount of length, which will give us a nice long ponytail. So then I'm gonna finish off with a hair tie at the end of that braid. And cut off the excess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my weft, so this is going to be my ponytail, my beautiful curly ponytail. I'm gonna start off by stitching the top of the weft to that braided base that I just created. So I have some thread. I'm gonna anchor it first, which means I come through, split the thread. And do it just a few times. So the value of going and stitching instead of just wrapping, sometimes you'll see people glue the hair. The reason why we're gonna stitch is it actually gives us more longevity with the ponytail itself. There's so many ways to do it. You sometimes might see people wrapping the hair with Sanex, and that's again to protect it and gluing it, but we don't actually want to use any glue in this situation. All I want to do is secure this braid every few wraps. So what you want to do is you just want to secure it by cutting or by sewing it every few wraps. So there's my first anchoring. So this weft is now attached to the ponytail. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wrap the weft around the braid that I created. And this is definitely one of those situations where you have to trust the process because it looks a little crazy at first. So I'm gonna continue to just wrap that around, and you can see how I'm starting to build my ponytail. So I'm going and wrapping the weft right on top of the previous section that I wrapped around, and then continuing to go up. So I only need to stitch the weft to the braid every 5 or 6 wraps in order for it to be secure. So once I have that wrap, I'm ready to stitch again. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing you saw me do in the beginning. I'm gonna start at the braid, come through the weft, and then I'm gonna split the thread so that I can create a really secure knot. And I just stitch it like 2 or 3 times. All right, so now that I am at the base of the ponytail, I'm gonna continue wrapping all the way around so that you see a total blend between Janari's natural hair and this beautiful ponytail that we've created for her. So here is all of my length coming through. So I'm gonna wrap this around. So if you really wanna secure it, what you can do is you'll go through the weft, through the braid, and just give it a little stitch here. Same thing, through the weft, through the braid, stitch all the way through. And if you want a little bit more of short-term longevity, you could just pop a bobby pin in there to create that end result. And you don't have to do this, but I like it because it creates a more seamless blend. I will take a section of the ponytail, usually from the underneath. I like to wrap it around the base of the ponytail so that it is an even more seamless blend between her natural hair and the ponytail that we created. And in this case, I will use a bobby pin just to seal it in. And then I can start to spread out. And I really have the option to expand it using hairspray. I can expand it using a detangling comb, and I actually love seeing a little bit of the definition, so I'll just continue to spread it out with my hands and create an airier formation in the end result. So here is her beautiful ponytail for the back. You can see all the inches, the seamless blend, and we're gonna spin around to the front, and we'll see how there's flexibility. Ooh, look at that. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed Janari's journey from color all the way down to that incredible ponytail. Let us know in the comments what your favorite tips and tricks were that you're gonna take into the salon. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell all of your friends, and we'll see you on the next episode of Specialist Spotlight.